What makes the wealthy different from the rest of the world? Why do the rich get richer, while the poor get poorer? In today's video, we're discussing 6 traits of the rich and wealthy. You're watching Learn, Inspire, Achieve. Let's get into it. Number 1, Visionaries. According to Oxford Languages, vision is the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. A visionary is a person with original ideas about what the future will or could be like. Rich and wealthy people are visionaries of themselves and the world around them. They see themselves as people with unlimited potential who could reach millions and make millions if they put in the work. They don't see the world as it is, but as what it could be. This instills drive in them and it ignites a flame. The desire to get out of the rat race, to pursue their passion, to live a fulfilling life in every way possible, sets up the course of their actions. Anyone can have a vision for their life, but not everyone will act upon their vision. This leads us to number 2. Owners. The richest and most successful people in the world understand something that others do not, and this is the biggest reason why the rich get richer. They take ownership of their lives. Wealthy people understand that the only person they are in 100% control of is themselves. They are in control of their thoughts, choices, actions, and responses. In other words, they don't blame others for their problems, they make decisions based on importance, not urgency, and they have complete control of how they respond to what happens to them. For instance, the other day I was editing a video, and never bothered to save it along the way until the very end. In my defense, it was auto-saving every couple of minutes. However, I learned that you can't really rely on autosave. After saving my video and closing it out, I came back an hour later to all the work I had just done gone. Words cannot describe how furious I was. At that moment, I was ready to quit for the day, and my patience had worn thin when something hit me. I could whine about this all day and indulge in hot Cheetos and Netflix, or I could take ownership, learn from my mistake, and start over. I ended up starting over, and I was able to get caught up because I already knew the edits I wanted to make. The lesson I want you to learn from this is that you own what you think and what you do. These 2 things ultimately determine whether or not you succeed. Number 3. Lifetime learners. Learning from my mistake, I now religiously save my work every millisecond. The same kind of thinking goes for wealthy people in all areas of their life, especially business. When most people graduate from college with their fancy degree worth over $40,000, they get hired into a job, and then stop learning for the rest of their lives. They might go back to school to level up in their career, but that's it. The problem with a non-existent education is that the world is constantly changing, and it requires people to change with it. The same level of knowledge you had in college years ago will not and cannot compete with the rapid growth of the economy. The solution to this problem is to stay educated and up to date. Rich and wealthy people get this, and it's why they are constantly reading books, listening to podcasts, going to seminars, and leveling up their education. They understand that they will only grow to the level in which they learn. In the game of life, what you don't know can't hurt you, is bullcrap. It will eventually catch up with you when you least expect it. The saying should really be, what you don't know can't help you. Now it's time for our question of the day. What is your favorite way to learn? A. Books and courses. B. Seminars and YouTube videos. C. None of the above. Or D. I don't like to learn. Leave your answer in the comment section below. Now on to the rest of the video. Number 4. Creative. All rich and successful people hold one common trait that makes them the millionaires and billionaires they are today, and that is creativity. People become wealthy by evaluating the world around them and in turn, create major value for others. There are 2 ways that rich people are creative. Number 1, they think outside of the box. When seeing a need not being met sufficiently in the marketplace, the rich and successful take action and cater to that need exceptionally well. Their one goal is to be better than their competitors. Notice they don't have to come up with a new revolutionary idea. All they need to do is execute the idea better. This comes from asking questions, listening to customers, constructive, planned thinking, and speaking with their teams. The second way that rich people are creative is with their own finances, or in other words, how they leverage money and time. Most people think the best way to make money is to work a 9-to-5 job for 40 years of their lives. However, the rich and extremely wealthy know there's another path to take, and they hit the road running. Instead of doing the traditional 9-to-5 and trading their time for money, the wealthy trade all of their time up front to build a business that will produce both money and more time for them later on. When starting out broke, a future rich person will use leftover income from their job to invest into their side business. While doing this, they put as much time into their side business as they can. Then, as their business grows, they put their earnings into investments and other wealth-accelerating vehicles. When they are able to quit their job, they start running their business full-time until they are able to pay employees. Then their business runs and makes money for them while they chill on the beach. Of course, it's not as easy as it looks, but it is possible, and we've been shown that over and over again. The question you need to ask yourself is, are you ready for the heat? Number 5. Risk takers. Unlike most people, the rich and wealthy take well-thought calculated risks. When most people jump the gun on choices and it ends up backfiring on them, the rich view complicated decisions from every angle and how each will affect them, their business, and the people around them. They stay away from completely stupid risks like lottery tickets and gambling, and invest in worthy risks like starting a business or investing. The thing about risk-taking is that it's never 100%. Winning the lottery or gambling gives you almost a 1 in a million chance of winning because they leave you up to chance. Starting a business puts the ball in your court, and whether or not you win is actually up to you. Are you willing to continue when things get hard? Number 6. Ordinary people. The last trait of the rich and wealthy is that they are just ordinary people, but with a twist. You see, they might be ordinary people, but they live with extraordinary thinking. This type of thinking defies society's standards and beliefs. This kind of thinking doesn't look at what can't be done, but instead at what can be done. Extraordinary thinking is what takes ordinary people and makes their lives extraordinary. Many people think wealth comes from pure luck. But when formed with out-of-the-box thinking and great execution, wealth comes presented as luck, but is actually infused with the blood, sweat, and tears of those who persevered. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Let me know what trait you resonated with the most. Have a great rest of your week. See you next Thursday.